I don't believe in euthanasia because the quality of life judgments are irrelevant, because we are each created in the image of God. Each human life is sacred and has intrinsic value. There's no such thing as life not worth living. All life has meaning and purpose.
I don't agree with assisted suicide because it is not up to us to take someone's life into our own hands.
Okay, I disagree because it's murder.
So if they're suffering that much, then it should be their choice to end their life?
I support euthanasia. It puts people out of their misery if they're suffering and if they're terminal.
I don't know that I'd want to be the person doing it, but I understand completely why you do it. Hey, I mean, I've had to put down 4 dogs, you know, and that just about killed me. I can't imagine saying, you know, this is my mom or my dad, but if they were in that circumstance, I mean, luckily both my, and before they had a no resuscitation order, which meant that every single time their heart failed, they'd resuscitate them. You know, like, how long do you keep resuscitating? And it's like, and then you have cases like it costs $100,000 to keep somebody on life support. If they're never going to bounce back, like, you know, or they're like, there's no brain activity. Okay, you know, I realize medical science has gone a certain way, but I also think we need to let people die with dignity. Like, we have to let them, you know, go, because that's
it's
part
true.
of, you know, like, you know, but I don't think they should arbitrarily say, I don't like you, I'm just going to off you. So that creates problems, but I think overall, if you are someone, you know, in the later stages of cancer, you know it's terminal, and it's because, I mean, you have to watch your family watching you, right? And that's even worse. So, you know, I don't know. I think there's cases based on a case-by-case basis. I think that should be an option if it's something you want, if you're terminally ill. And I realize that, you know, there's dignity in helping that person, but if that person wants to die, I think they should be given the right to die.
I disagree with it because basically no one should be able to control what God controls and take people's lives.
Painless death in about 4 minutes. It is an ending. Dr. Kevorkian says terminally ill patients have a right to choose.
If a person feels in his own mind that he is crippled in suffering in some way, where life is no longer for him or her worthwhile, then it's up to me to help no matter what I think personally.
I mean, treat people's pain.
That's if you want to keep living, and some people don't.
So anybody who doesn't want to continue living should have that option?
If he's suffering.
And what was your rationale for saying no?
After consulting with them, they needed more treatment. We had to have their mental capacity evaluated. We had the patient get their medical records. Luckily, there was a law passed where they had the right to do that. We get their records and go through everything in detail, see what they've done so far, see what the doctors and the specialists say. Is there more to be done? Or is this terminal?